so you want to pass. Let me help you out. Hi guys, my name is Mama Shar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Before we get into this video, I want you guys to leave a like on it just because y'all are my fans, so like my videos, please. Also, with that being said, I also make content all the time strictly around trans content, my life, all that jazz. If you guys want to support that stuff, you know, always subscribe. It's free, and turn on your notification bell. Before I get into this, the first thing I'm gonna actually say is we actually have a Discord. If you guys want to follow Discord, it will be linked in the description below in the video, so you guys can be able to just like be part of the family, you know, when we're around, when we're like not around, when I'm not live, when I'm not on YouTube, you guys can sit there and communicate with me. So what is passing exactly in the trans community? Passing is visually and audio is visually representing yourself as the gender you represent yourself as, but doing it as a successful way. Horrible way of explaining this, really. It's the privilege of being able to look like the gender that you're representing as. If you're a trans woman, you look like a woman. If you're trans male, you look like a man. It's very hard for someone to see that you're trans. You might get this reaction, oh, well, I didn't know you were trans. That surprises me. Wow, I would have never expected. Yeah, all those reactions are pretty much from people that, like, don't know nothing about the trans community. They assume that everybody that's trans is just a guy wearing a wig with hairy chest. It's just the way you look to the other people around you, how successful you are in your passing. And I want to talk to you guys about passing in general because there's a big misconception about it. Is it something that we look for in a transition? Not all the time. People have the ability to not have to want to pass, but then there's people that actually do want to pass a lot. So this is tips for them, people that want to pass like really bad, and I want to help you. So this video is going to be disclaimer central. So there's going to be a lot of disclaimers for you guys, but this is going to be one of the first ones. I want you guys to know that just because I'm telling you how to, you know, how to pass doesn't necessarily mean they're going to help you 100% of the time. Just because I tell you guys how to pass doesn't mean that I'm the #1 guru to go to because I'm smart and look at me, I pass. I don't really pass. I pass until I talk. That's literally how it is. You all know how it works with my voice. A lot of people think that my voice is still pretty feminine. On live streams and stuff like that, it sounds pretty masculine. But in person, unless I'm on the phone, I usually don't ever get misgendered. So I'm on the upper spectrum, if that makes any sense. Disclaimer number 2, I don't want people to have this expectation that you have to pass. I don't want you guys to feel like I'm pushing you guys to pass. If you are happy with the way you are, with the skin that you're in and the bones that you hone, something like that, don't be laughing at me. I mean it. Those are the disclaimers I have for this video. So just take my words of advice as I'm just trying to help out if you're trying to pass. That's really what it is. I don't want people to feel like passing is their ultimate goal, but it obviously will bring quote-unquote happiness to a trans person because they don't have to worry about the dangers of not passing. They will pretty much be seen as that gender. But keep in mind, it doesn't matter how much you pass. As soon as someone knows you're trans, you will be treated like the rest of the trans people. Some people are exclusionary when it comes to stuff like that, and they will treat you better than other trans people because you're beautiful or because you're passable. Don't let that get to you, okay, guys? I also want to let you guys know that genetics and timing of transition is going to affect your effectiveness of being able to transition and be passable. You're not going to really pass very well if you decide to transition when you're 80 years old, or after you got done with a 15-year workout gym, you know, brawl that you decided to go weightlifting and working out on. It's going to be really hard to present feminine that way. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm very fortunate. I was born I was very, very, very small. You know, transitioning, it seems to like help a lot more with the people that have flat bodies rather than the people that have bodies like this. But that doesn't mean you cannot present yourself passable either, right? So, since we've talked for like 7 minutes of this video already almost, and I have yet to go into like one tip, let's start off now, okay? Okay, so tip number 1 would be to work on your voice. That's one I'm not doing very well. Now, I tell you guys right now, my voice has come a long way. It is perceived in a way that is passable to some people. Not to everybody, unfortunately, so therefore I don't completely pass myself. But work on your voice. There's a lot of people that have gifted ass freaking voices, and they're really, really feminine voices, and I'm so jealous. Y'all are amazing. You guys don't have to work for it either. Just work on your voice. If you want to pass, your voice is going to be one of your biggest factors. Sometimes the voice itself can make people wonder, like, are you a trans guy? Are you just a woman just representing yourself as a male? That's how crazy it is. Voice can be a big deal. Work on your tuck. Guys, by the way, guys, if you want to have a passable life, you got to work on your tuck. That's why I recommend T Comfy Fits, by the way. T Comfy Fits is a great website that pertains to people like trans women, mainly with their tucking gaps, tucking underwear, tucking yoga pants, and jeans coming, by the way, guys. Use my code Mama Shar for $40 off your next order because they are expensive. $40 is a good little deal for you if you want to get some tucking garments. Tucking is the number 2 point. A lot of people that talk about trans people, they point out the biggest points of passing, and that is there's a bulge, there is an Adam's apple, there is a voice difference. So that's one you can actually control, right? So work on the tuck. I hope this video doesn't come off as me telling people what to do and to make people feel like, yo, Charlotte she just wants everybody to be this unrealistic lifestyle, of making them do things. Like, I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do. I'm telling you guys what should help out, okay? Results may vary, in other words. The next one would have to be surgeries. Now, I only say surgeries because, yes, some people will need them, some people don't. If you don't feel you need one and you need one to pass, but if your goal is to pass, we're going off here if your goal is to pass. I feel so bad because I feel like I'm telling people left and right, don't do this if you don't want to do it. You're like, no. This video is for people that have goals to pass. If you want to pass, or if you want to represent yourself in the best way, and you feel like surgery is the best way to go, like facial surgery. I just got facial surgery, so my face is a lot better than it was before. Breast augmentations help you with chest dysphoria. Facials, they help you out with face dysphoria or head dysphoria, whatever the hell you want to call it. It helps out, so definitely don't think about considering, surgeries, especially like SRS. So if you're having a hard time, I know, hiding the junk, then, I would definitely recommend getting SRS if it's easier for you. SRS is a great way to pass because when someone wants to pull down your pants, girl, you got something to show off. And you're like, now, SRS is not the best way to pass because no one sees what's between your legs when they're around you, but it's a better way to try to, like, tuck without tucking, to look flat and look more feminine down there. It's great. It won't help you out with your visual perspective, like, oh, now you have hips because you have a vagina. I'm just letting you know. It will help you out with more inner demons. Another one would be not to over feminize yourself. No, not too much makeup. Now, you can do whatever you want to do because makeup is, the world's your oyster, right? You can do whatever you want to do and unleash your inner beauty, unleash your inner feminizing beauty. But one of the hard things about transitioning is people overdo it. Same thing, underdoing it. I've seen a lot of trans women that appear really masculine as well as very feminine. The thing about the world is that when it comes to passing, it comes down to what others look like. You know what I mean? You don't see a lot of women out there going full on like makeup styles. It's very rare you'll see like makeup artist kind of style makeup on people, on women every single day. If you want to do it like once a week, go right ahead, honey, but don't have to do it every single day. I kind of learned the most necessity, I learned the most biggest necessity in life is just being natural, normal, neutral, feminizing yourself, but not too much. Okay, don't overdo it, don't underdo it, and don't think that I'm just telling you guys to do makeup like me, because you don't have to. You don't have to do makeup like this. You don't have to have a huge ass like wing or anything like that. Just a little makeup wouldn't hurt either. You know what I mean? The next tip, and this is one of the big ones, and I don't know if I'm like good at this yet, or maybe if I am. I always catch myself walking differently, but make sure you're walking feminine, because it's very easy as someone that spent most of their life walking masculine, like it's very easy to like fall into that same, you know, walking masculine thing, because walking feminine takes a whole nother strategy, honey. You have to move your hips. You have to, you don't want to overdo it either. I've seen fake walks that are like super feminine, really bad. Even women can do that too. But if you're a trans woman, try to emulate what you see in other women walking around you. It's the best way to show off a femininity. But I do see a lot of trans women that over feminize their walks so they look really fake. So don't do that. Kind of comes off as Hollywoody. But at the same time, like the rest of this video, don't take my word if you are happy with what you're doing, right? Another, you know, tip for passing is also posture. Posture is a big deal in transitions, more than people actually believe or even talk about. Posture is everything. Whereas males stand more like this, like hunched over and like big muscled. Women kind of stand like this, more arched like this. Now, keep in mind, I am not the best at this. I find myself, you know, slouching a lot. I have scoliosis. That's not my excuse, but like I'm just saying, like I understand. I get it. But posture is everything. The way you sit, cross your legs, close your legs. You don't want to sit with your legs open with your arms like this. People are gonna question you. That's the thing about passing, guys. It's about blending in and standing out, but blending in. It's you know, you don't always have to point and have a bunch of men looking at you to assert yourself, because we're not here to make men happy about us. We're here to make women see us as themselves, like, you know, like us to see ourselves. But at the end of the day, our perspectives of ourselves is the most important, right? I only say this because in terms a lot of a trans women are looking for ways to feminize themselves and to make themselves present themselves just like any other woman out there. This isn't about making you walk in a certain position or stand in a certain way and try to be something you're not. If you don't feel like you're that way, go right ahead. But you gotta understand, in order to pass, you gotta pass those guidelines. You gotta be in those kind of like settings. If you want to have that quote unquote passing privilege, then unfortunately we have to live by, because if you don't pass, you'll get yelled at in bathrooms. You'll be made like the representation of to what the trans community is, because a lot of these, you know, outlets don't like to sit there and point out the Nikita Dragons or the really passable trans women. They'll point out the ones that are beginning their transition or the ones that don't choose to present themselves as other women. This will also affect pretty much anything when it comes to like how you want people to perceive you. People will misgender you a lot more if you don't try to at least get close to passing. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, that's the way it is. People find their respect in people that look normal to them. But the world is your oyster. And this video is not meant to tell you guys what to do. It's to help people that want to find ways to feminize themselves. Now, I know this is not everything that you can do. This is part 1, right? Right, Lexi? It's part 1? Yeah, it's part 1. Lexi said it's part 1. So part 2 will come out soon. We'll be getting into more depth on part 2. I just don't want to keep holding you guys for too long on these videos. I like to keep my YouTube videos brief and about 15 minutes, up to the 20-minute mark. But with that being said, guys, if you guys agreed with anything that I said in this video, or even want to relate to it, leave a like on the video, and also leave a comment in the chat. Like, let me know if there's something I missed, or maybe something you want to let me know about what I said in the video that might not be correct. Let me know. I'm open to suggestions. Okay, guys? But with that being said, if you guys haven't watched any of my other content, I have a TikTok, I have an Instagram, of course. Follow me on all those. They were all popping up at the beginning of the video. Also, we have a Discord. Join the family. Join the cult. Join the cult. Become part of the Charoletteers. And if you guys want to become a member, become part of the Super Tiers. We also have Spicy Super Tiers, and we also have a Titan Tiers, an SFW version of, you know, content. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I love you guys lots, like tear tots, apricots, and ladybugs with lots of spots. I love you guys lots. Bye.